Hi Capricorn, this is Marishi of our channel Shalaka. I've already pulled out 5 cards to see what is the story which wanted to come through for this week. You've got the Emperor as your first card, 10 of Pentacles. Center of the reading is a 5 Swords in reverse. You've got the 6 of Wands and the last card is a Temperance. Behind the deck is a 4 of Wands in reverse. You've got the Princess of Pentacles as well. So, some of you Capricorns out there might be dealing with an Aries or a Taurus. Any fire sign. Moving on. There is an energy about not wanting to fight anymore. Okay, things are falling apart. Things are falling apart. It's crumbling down. But someone doesn't want to fight it anymore. It's almost like you're surrendering to a situation, or however things are. You are much more concerned about keeping it in balance. Okay, keeping it together. Okay, you don't want to do the power play anymore. Who's right, who's wrong? Not anymore. Okay, because you realize it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it because all you want is having that future with this person, and you're much more focused in having this more than fighting against each other. You want to be together. That's the priority here. Okay. Yeah. So there is a surrendering to the situation, even if things are not working out right now. It is stressing you out. Okay. With this 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands, you really want to bring things back together to where it was before. Because you see this future. You see the potential in having this future with this person. Okay, and you really want to take it's almost like you finally taking charge of a situation, being a little much more wiser than you were before, because with the Emperor as your first card, it's almost like you are adulting. Yeah, you are not being childish about it anymore. You are seeing things as it is, and you don't want to, you're realizing you're being childish. Both of you were being childish, and both of you were losing out. In this silly fight of yours, in this petty fight of yours, you both were losing, and someone is owning up. Someone doesn't really see the point. Because in the bargain, you're losing everything. Okay, even that person, even what you had, the relationship, whatever it is, you're losing out. And you see it through it. You see it as it is. And you are giving in somehow. Because you're seeing the bigger picture. You're very much composed right now with the Temperance energy. When I said, it's almost like manning up. Okay, when I said adulting, it's almost like being a little more mature than you were before. Okay, yeah, because you are giving it a chance, even with the Princess of Pentacles. Princess of Pentacles. You want to start over again. You want to give it another chance because you really see the potential. You see you succeeding in having this in the future, and you're working towards it. Okay, you really want this, and you know you can achieve it once you give up on the shitty fight. Okay, on this silliness. Okay, did I say that right? Silliness. Okay. Petty fights, you want to give up. You don't want to entertain that anymore for the sake of the bigger picture. Going on. You really want to give it a chance, and you want to balance out the situation. It's almost like you are willing to give it another chance. Even if the other person is still mad at you, you being the bigger person and showing them, you know, that we need to work together on this. Yeah, nice energy. But right now everything seems to be falling apart. That's the background. Okay, that's the backstory, and you're losing hope if you let it be like this. Even with the double fours, the foundation is just breaking it. Four is all about you know, the four walls. You know, it's having the security of having everything together, building things together. But then it's in reverse, so it's all coming down. Yes, you really see there is a potential to make it work. Okay, even with the Princess of Wands and the Princess of Pentacles, you want to initiate, you want to give it a chance, because you really see the potential of taking it way further than how it is right now. Okay, from the Four of Wands in reverse, you really want to give it another chance to build it up together again, because you see the reality of things. You are not under any illusion, because you know if you just let it be, things are just going to end pretty badly. It's not going to be a fairy tale anymore. I'm not a master of fairy tales because none of my stories are. Most of my stories doesn't have a happy ending, but here somebody is walking towards a fairy tale ending. Okay, because they're seeing things clearly. Okay, not under any illusions right now. Giving up on this, you know, on this fight which we were talking about, because it's weighing down. It's making it difficult to reach there. If you keep holding on to this burden, holding on to this negativity, you're never going to reach on the other side, which is much more beautiful, because you're still holding on to so much crap. Okay, so you're willing to, even with the Five Swords in reverse, you're willing to surrender, and you're going to give up. Okay, you're just letting it be. You dumping in the trash, and then you're moving, and it's going to be much more easier that way. Okay, Ten of Swords, because right now, even with the tens, it's making a choice. Do you want to let go, or do you want to be done? Okay, because you realize if you keep holding on to this crap, okay, then eventually you will feel defeated, you will lose out. Everything is going to be, you know, the end. The story is going to be ending right there, eventually. It's almost there, by the way. Okay, with the Four of Wands, it's almost there. But now somebody is manning up. I might be speaking to a woman as well, just don't go with the genders, okay? What else? Yeah, so it's almost like it's up to you. Do you want to end it, or do you want to make it the beginning? Make it the next chapter? Because with the Princess of Pentacles, there is still a potential to start over again. The Tens is all about endings and beginnings. So you are willing to end this chapter about fighting with each other for eternity, and you know, that's the end of the book. Or rather, you know, flip to the next chapter and stop fighting, and you know, have something, you know, start fresh. Yeah, because that's it's almost like thinking what's fair, what is right, what is the right thing to do. It's almost making the decision, this is what needs to be done. And a lot of thought has been put into this. Okay, a lot of thought has been put into this, how things should be. Okay, and eventually this person has decided, I cannot let it be, because then I'm going to lose out on what I really want. I'm going to lose this person forever, and that's not what I want. Yeah, that is why this person is taking charge of the situation and bringing some kind of a balance. Yes, it has taken him so much time, him or her so much time to balance it out. It's almost like it's going to be a difficult journey. It's not going to be easy, because this person is standing over slippery rocks. One wrong move and you're going to slip. So this person is again balancing it out, trying to keep it together, even if things around him are shitty. Okay? He's trying his best. He's trying his best to just keep it together. Okay? Yes. For the sake of the security and the stability of what he could have. Yeah? He's working on it. He's working on it slowly. Okay? He's on unsteady grounds right now. That's very clear with the Four of Wands. He needs to get it back all again. And it's going to be hard work. Very strong energy for some of you. Yes, somebody has thought it through. Somebody really has thought it through and they have seen how things are going to be. Even with the Moon card in reverse, somebody really knows the situation inside out. In the sense like, they've got some kind of a breakthrough moment. Okay? And they know, they have a clarity within the situation and they know what needs to be done. How much ever slow, okay, it's going to be from here on. Okay? Even with the Page of Pentacles. They've seen the potential. They know they have to do something about it. It's going to be a very slow process to turn things back to where it was. Okay? It's not going to be easy because it's not going to take off easily because there is so much work which needs to be done. I'm speaking to the Capricorns, right? There's nothing much happening. Okay? You might not be in touch with this person, like, with the Devil energy. It's almost like, someone might have really separated themselves from you. In some ways, they have just pulled themselves apart from you. And it's going to be a difficult journey to, glue yourself back to them. Yes, back to where it was. You need to pull every strength you got, pull every magic out of your hat, for them to be impressed. Whoa. Yes, because you need to release yourself. You really need to release yourself out of this stuck energy. Okay, nothing is really happening between the two of you. Someone is really done. Like when things fell apart, people went separate ways. It's almost like, there is this gap. There is this gap. You're not attached together anymore. And there is a big gap actually. And someone is realizing this gap is not worth it. They really want to gel back with this person again. This person is resisting, okay, the contact. Stressing you out. There is other people who is involved in this whole story, who might be the reason for things to fall apart as well. The Three of Cups and the Three of Swords in reverse. There might be people who is against you, who's opposing what you had before. That is why so much stagnancy is going on. There is opposition. There is people who's resisting this union. People who are resisting things to heal back. The Three of Swords. It's almost like, I want to say, some people want to help you out, some people don't, if that makes sense. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles. Someone really wants to let it be. Like, keeping you both apart. You've got the Knight of Wands and the Empress. Someone is charging back. Someone really wants to charge back. Someone really wants to initiate, have this drive back. Sorry, I did not mention. You've got the Empress. Okay, you've got the Emperor here. Someone really, if you look at this transition from the Nine of Pentacles, a single energy, we've got the passionate energy here, the fired up energy, and then we've got the Empress. So even the other side wants to, even if they are separated right now, okay, this is a juicy stuff, they really want to get back together as well, because they see you as their perfect companion, okay, and they don't like being in this single phase. It might seem like they are aloof, okay, people might not think they are, they're not happy, because they have a poker face right now, okay, regards to what is going on inside them. It might seem to the others that they just don't want to get back together, and everybody, I want to say there is teams. There is teams who's supporting the Emperor. There is teams who's supporting the Empress. Okay, actually not the Empress. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, this is how people are right now. Once the Four of Wands happened. Okay. Yeah. When this collapsed, okay, the Empress went back to the single phase of being the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, the lady who's abundant by herself. She doesn't want a partner. She's single. Okay, this Emperor always has an Empress by his side. Okay, they rule the kingdom together. The kingdom has fallen when the Empress left. Okay, now I want to say, when the Empress left, she doesn't have a partner, so she's single. She has so many people on her side who doesn't want her to go back to the Emperor, and he has so many people on his side who really wants him to go back to her, okay, and have his Empress back. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm trying. How I see it, I want to just put it out there. But the juicy part is this lady out here who has this poker face, who shows others that she's good, she's okay by herself, she doesn't want the Emperor, really within her has this drive to go back to the Empress mode and be back with her Emperor. There is a passion about her. Okay, they're perfect for each other. It's just a build-up. It's just a facade she's putting up, that she doesn't want the Emperor back in her life. Okay, she doesn't want the Emperor, but they are just meant for each other. They're just meant for each other. Okay, so we were saying, what's the time right now? 18 minutes. Okay, Empress, but it stresses her out. With the Nine of Swords, it's stressing her out. How? How will I go back to this person? How will we make it together? No? It's stressing her out, just even thinking about how will I just, make things work. Because nothing is going according to a plan with the Nine of Cups in reverse. Whatever she dreamt, it didn't happen. Okay? And there is this energy about, this might be the Emperor, okay? Just flip the genders, okay, according to your story. It doesn't have to fixate between, if I'm saying the Emperor, it has to be a male itself. It could be the lady, okay? So someone was a little self-centered. Someone was a little immature in the way they treated the other person. That might be a reason why this person separated and is resisting, okay, at least showing they don't want to come back. okay, because of how they have been treated, and they didn't like the way they were treated when they were together. That is why things fell apart. Okay, yes, because someone really still thinks about what had happened, how they did not like it, because someone was very self-centered, very immature, very illogical in the way they did things. But yet I would say this person, even if she's a single right now, she's still thinking. She's still thinking, and she's stopping herself. It seems like she has moved on to her family, to her friends. She has moved on. She doesn't want anything to do with this emperor who really wants her back. She's putting up a facade, okay? But in reality, she's making herself stuck. Okay, she's not moving on. It's just, it's almost like she's teaching the other person a lesson by doing this, by forcing the separation. She's making the other person realize how important she is in his life. Yeah? It's almost like a calculated move on her side for things to, go as planned, or it's almost like it's a cycle of life. She has to do it. She's supposed to do it. Because she wants to make someone realize how they treated her. Yeah. With the King of Swords in reverse and the Princess of Cups. If she doesn't make her point right now, then things are not going to change even if she goes back. So it's almost like, she's making a point. She's making a point. A very calculated approach from her side. Who am I speaking to? The Capricorns. Some of you Capricorns out there might be dealing with an air sign, with a water sign. Ta-da! Taurus, Aries. Okay. Yeah, I see this person being sneaky about how they are doing things right now. Like I said, it's a cycle of life. This person really needs to execute this for the sake of having this, okay, this future, of changing things a bit for both of them, okay, changing the dynamics of the relationship, making a point to have this, okay, Ace of Cups. This person really loves this person, loves this emperor, whoever it is. There is love between the two of you, okay? Even being separated, you just don't like it. But then this other person really needed to do that. Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands. It's almost like this person is fighting against the past, because they don't want the past to shadow their future, if that makes sense. Okay, I've seen the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands. It's fighting against, the past. This person really doesn't want this past to follow, okay, the same habits or the same behavior to be repeated, okay, into the future, because she is aiming for this and she wants a better kind of treatment. She wants this person to treat her or him better. I always say I might be speaking to same-sex people as well. Some of you out there. This person has really thought it through. Okay, it's not impulsive. It's very calculated, even with the Fool card in reverse, very calculated. This person really knows they have to do. How much ever it is painful for them to be separated from this person, they know this is what needs to be done. Okay? This is very crucial because a very determined energy with the King of Wands, because they're very much determined about how things should be from now on with the Star card. You know, they have this hopes about this potential future, and they want to succeed. They want to succeed and make it better for their, you know, make it really good from here on. When they go back to this person, they want a better future. And there should not be this power play. They're not going to put up with this. They don't want to put up with it anymore. Son of Cups and the Death card in reverse. Okay. Right now, everything seems like, oh, loads of negative cards. Okay. Right now, it seems like when you're fighting against fate, okay, fate will play you. I don't know how it's going to make sense to you because there was a lot of negative cards which is coming through, which might be a twist in your story. Okay, we got the Seven of Cups in reverse. It's almost like sometimes things will backfire. I'm telling you, there is loads of third-party energy which is butting into your reading as well. Okay, people who are resisting you going back to this person. Yeah, so they have their own say, or you know, they're doing things behind your back to push you guys further from each other. Okay, fate will also get involved when you play with, yeah, with fire. It's almost like you're pushing the boundaries to get what you want. And fate loves to have a little laugh. I don't know how that wants to come through, but Seven of Cups, how much ever, you know, it's almost like I want to say some of you is, there is a backfire energy as well. Yeah? When I started off seeing the other side of the person, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles and the Empress and the Knight of Wands, it's almost like she really wants to get back, but she doesn't know how to. It's almost like, you know, you're stuck in your own, it's backfiring somehow, and you don't have, you know, you don't see the opportunity to make things right. Okay, you don't see the door to go open and go back to this person. It's almost like everything is shutting at your face, or people are trying to shut it on your face. And you know, you are the Empress. You cannot just you know, beg anybody to get back. No. Because there is this impulsive energy as well, with the things are being said, which is making things difficult, and which is like literally making things end, even if you don't want to. It's you know, it's almost like I'm losing words. It's almost like you can't think straight because somehow it's backfiring for you. Whatever you planned, it's not on target. Okay, and it almost feels like, oh my good Lord, am I actually going to lose this person forever? Yeah, am I just not going to be able to go back to this person again? Yeah, because of the rash, impulsive, you know, decisions, actions. Yeah, it's almost like doors closing. know how it makes sense. Yeah, you feel very much stranded right now, not knowing how to open this door. You know, you're out in the cold. You want to get back into the house, but you don't know how to. Maybe you're not invited back in. How do you barge in? How do you claim your authority? How do you claim your, you know, your chance back into his life or her life? Because the doors are closing and people are pushing you out. Yeah, Two of Wands. You don't see the future, you know, manifesting the way you wanted it to. This is interesting. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles and the Prince of Cups in reverse. It's almost like, you know, what you nurtured, it's going out of your hand, and there is no way you can call it a truce. Yeah? You can't call it a truce now. You can't fight the judgment. You can't fight the verdict which is happening. Something is backfiring. Do let me know in the comments, okay? Because a decision is being made, okay? And it's almost like the wrong thing. You know, it's not the right verdict, because there is an element about backfiring. It's overwhelming you. It's overwhelming you. There is a presence of plenty of people in this story who's against your relationship. Who just wants you separated. Who just don't want you back in. Who just want you to remain separated from each other. And they're working their game. Yes, Hierophant in reverse. They just want you to be finished with this person. Be done with this person. It might be the other side of, you know, they want, you know, their side don't want you back. His side doesn't want you back. Not him. It's the other people who doesn't want you back. You know, doesn't want this to work out. Remember the Hierophant and the Two of Cups. They really do. Just what I'm picking on. Okay, they just don't want you to be back together, and sort things out. Loads of third party. Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Wands. People are blocking your union. Okay, Tower moment and the Ace. It's almost like the death of your relationship is going to benefit them in some way, even financially, or it's an opportunity for them. Yeah. Yeah, the big shake-up in your relationship being done. Okay, sorry, the Lovers is in reverse up here. Okay, now it's clear. I get the big shake-up in your relationship crumbling down. The Tower moment happening. It's almost like, sorry, Ace of Pentacles. It's almost like an opportunity for them. Seven of Pentacles in reverse on the high, and you know what's going on. You know what is their agenda, their motive, their benefit. Yeah. When you let go, you are very much aware of this whole thing. Yeah. Their part in this. Oh my, what are you guys up to? Someone is realizing with all this opposition from the other people, it's difficult. What is the time? 34 minutes, I need to stop. Okay, I'm gonna stop up here. There's no way you can you know, you can have this person back. There's no way, like the door closing, you do not see them coming back somehow, because everybody is blocking the way between the two of you. You know, when I spoke about the gap, there are people standing in this gap to push you both away from each other. The wheel and Six of Swords, it's almost like the wheel is not turning to go back to where it was with the Six of Cups. Six of Swords in reverse, it's like the boat is not moving anymore. You cannot leave it in the past because this boat is not going anywhere. You cannot turn those wheel around again to where it was, which is the beautiful energy which you had before. Yeah, and you're just trying to convince, you know, console yourself right now. Some of you might be dealing with a Leo as well. I just saw the Sun card and the Strength card. Very depressing reading actually. Well, it started off with a good vibe, okay? Someone realizing their love for the other person, but then, oh my. I'm gonna stop here. This is Marishi on my channel. Until next week, bye.